Tes. Pak Kim.
Hello, welcome, good afternoon everyone. Selamat siang Bapak dan Ibu. Welcome to International Professional Week 2022. Thank you all for your time. Hello everyone in online Zoom. Hello, can you see me? I think our screen is not. Okay, all right, thank you. Before we begin the session today, I would like to remind all of you for some house rules. Please remain muted yourself throughout the session, except the question and answer. Second, please turn on your videos, cameras, students in the Zoom now, so we can see your faces, the handsome and pretty faces. Thank you. We will be, yes, these are the house rules, the guidelines for the participants today. Today, the session will start now until around 5 p.m. So roughly 70 to 80 minutes today. I'm really happy to have Mr. William today. He's currently a manager and manager of the public relations and communication at Bibit.com in Jakarta. So welcome. How are you today?
Thank you so much. I'm fine, Pak Kim. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. Thank you. We are honored to have Mr. William in person on campus today. So we will be doing a hybrid session today, online and offline. So welcome those are in online once again. We will be doing some presentation for roughly 1 hour, less than 1 hour.
Less than that.
Less than an hour, yes. So we will be doing some question and answers after that. So if you have any questions during the presentation or after the presentation, please feel free to type your question in the chat box so I can read those to William after the session today. So a brief introduction of the speaker today. He's already I mentioned a manager of public relations and communication in a digital financial technology company in Jakarta. Also, at the same time, he's a lecturer like me at the University of Indonesia. So please do welcome Mr. William for the today's session. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Pak Kim. Thank you so much, Bu Lily, Pak Dimas, friends who are here, and those who are joining us in this afternoon session through Zoom. I hope that everyone's doing well, and may God bless you always. Thank you so much once again for this kind of opportunity, Pak Kim and BINUS, for me to share some of the things that our company are doing in terms of giving added values, make investment easier to Indonesian society. And before we jump to the question and answer session, let me say the phrase that you've been hearing maybe for thousands times until today. Let me share my screen. Yes, can everyone see my screen now? Hopefully you can. Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, today I represent my company, Stockbit and Bibit.id. So these companies, we are the investment app that facilitates Indonesian people, users, society from all walks of life to invest in the capital market. And the product that we have today is a mutual fund, or reksadana if you say it in Indonesian, government securities or SBN, surat berharga negara, and also stocks. So our companies, we are web-based and app-based companies, and we make investment easier. And these apps are really for first-time investors, so that everyone could access capital market easily and seamlessly. That's our vision. So, of course, as a company, as a startup, we start our journey through a vision, because we believe, our founders believe, that everyone has the same opportunity to invest in the right way for a better financial future. So the vision really drives our founders in the first place to create an app, reliable one, to provide relevant products so that everyone could invest, plan their future better, and have a better financial future as well. So from the vision, it's translated to our company mission, in which we want to help all users, especially first-time investors, to start investing easily. Thank you, Pak Kim. Okay, and the second mission that we have is we want to become a safe, convenient app which is developed based on technology and creativity. And with this said, it's very important for our companies to keep innovating, to keep integrating the newest, the most recent technology into our services, so that we could stay relevant and help even the first-time investors with the least knowledge about capital market and investment in general. And from our vision and mission, it's very important for us to share our company values, because I think this is something that we learn from other great companies. This is something that we learn based on our research, looking at the best practices in the industry. And hopefully these values are also something that you could learn from, not only in the context or in the capacity if you work with us, but maybe as students, as professional, and wherever and whenever you are, you could still use our values to integrate that to your works and everything you are doing. And the first one is all about customer obsession. So when we talk about customer obsession, we talk about how we provide, how we facilitate, how we give the features, how we give all of the things that on our app and also on the website to make the life of our users much easier. And whenever they have complaint or something that they're confused about, we are there through the 24/7 live chat to help them and solving the problems. And it's also important to all of our team at Stockbit and Bibit, Pak Kim, and ladies and gentlemen, because we are now operating in the WFA mode, or work from anywhere. So it's significant, it's necessary for each and every of team member to have ownership, not only to have ownership, but to take ownership in every project involved. So we don't really monitor, we don't really quote unquote micromanage our team, the employees, as long as the project is delivered, regardless of the method or where they want to do the job or complete the project. We will leave it to them because we are still working from anywhere, but taking ownership is necessary, and we stress this a lot during our company orientation program. And collaboration, I think not only for Stockbit and Bibit, is for everywhere, is for everyone, regardless of where you work, including BINUS or in other institution. Team collaboration is key to build greater things together. And now at Stockbit and Bibit, currently we have nearly 1,000 team members. And what glue us together as a team is the team collaboration, because we involve in a lot of projects. Like myself, I'm working at the public relations and corporate communication team, but I also collaborate a lot with the product marketing team, with education team, with customer service or customer experience, with the employer branding team, and with all of the teams of the company, because we have the common goal. We want everyone to invest easily, seamlessly in a diversified portfolio, so that everyone, regardless of their social status, education background, or income level, they could access capital market and build a secured and better financial future. And continuous improvement, I think, is very important as well. When we talk about continuous improvement, we talk about continuous research, digitalization. We talk about marketing strategy on how to engage our public, our users better, and to create the good UI UX for them, to provide them with a seamless experience whenever they access our app and website. And last but not least, creativity and innovation. This is also something that I think becoming the underlying values of most of organizations in the world, both profits and non-profits, because through creativity and innovation, we could achieve greater things in a creative way, to stay relevant, to engage millennial, Gen Z, and other generation, and to communicate and to promote things, to engage and to ask them to do something the way they want it. And we need creativity and innovation because we don't want to force people to invest, but we provide the way, we provide the easiness of access, we provide the relevant features, so that through creativity and innovation, we could engage and reach out currently to around 500 cities across the archipelago. And it's always becoming our spirit. And a bit about the company, the app. So today I'm going to give a short introduction about Stockbit and Bibit. The first one is Stockbit. So maybe some of you have entered capital market as traders, investors, or as observers. And I'm quite sure that some of you also use Stockbit, not only for trading, but maybe to gather information about capital market, to see the relevant dates, the important dates of your favorite companies, and to see the aggregated information on what's happening in the market, and to predict the trend, to predict the chart in the upcoming future. And Stockbit is the only app in Southeast Asia that provide networking as well as information aggregation, because we have the largest social network. So it's like Facebook, Pak Kim. So people could log in and share something, and if your information or the point of view that you bring to the community is valued, people could also give you appreciation through the tip jar. So you can be the professional and the real advisor, financial advisor, if you have a lot of followers on Stockbit. So this is how we do it, because we want the honest review, we want interaction, and we don't want investors in Indonesia are, influenced only by those with vested interests, because we want to keep this open, independent, and for everyone, of course. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. It's Stockbit Social. So it's functioning like other social platform like Facebook. But this one is specifically about finance, stock investing and trading. And in 2021, we also launched the Stockpit Academy. Stockbit Academy is basically the continuous commitment from the company. This is the commitment and the gift to our friends in Indonesia through our initiative through the education team. Stockbit Academy is the answer, is a solution for everyone to learn about capital market, about various industry sectors, to learn about stock investing, on how to do both technical fundamental analysis and some surrounding issues on capital market from scratch. And you could learn that for free, and it's delivered to you through a high quality production video brought to you by professional and experienced financial mentors. So this is the free program, is for everyone. Whether or not you join Stockbit as investors, we don't care about that. But as long as you could make the most of Stockbit Academy, this feature is for you, because we operate in the market not only to, for the business interest to get more users, but also to make sure that Indonesian, that all of the users, that society at large, they know how to invest correctly in the right way and not being trapped by the illegal investment, which is quite a big issue these days. And I think we are operating for a bigger and greater purpose. We want everyone to invest also safely, and Stockbit is only one of the options that you could choose. And the Stockbit Pro, I think this one is very relevant for finance students, for financial professionals, for professional traders and investors, because through Stockbit Pro, you could use various charts and features to analyze a stock or company better from different perspectives. And usually we charge a certain amount for Stockbit Pro, but now if you open the account on Stockbit Securitas, you could use Stockbit Pro for free. But the bottom line is we want our users, stock traders and investors in Indonesia, to have the holistic understanding about the stock and the company, and not taking or making any decision based on emotion, or just because you are being influenced by the influencers who are not necessarily expert in capital market. And last but not least, we also have Stockbit trading, so you could open the account and do the trading real time. If some of you want to practice, if you are still confused or not sure about entering capital market with the real money, you could use the Stockbit virtual trading. So we give you the virtual, 100 million virtual money. You could use that to trade, to buy your favorite stocks and see how it goes, but using the real-time data. So there's no difference, but on the type of the money itself. And we also work day and night, especially the education team, to provide you Stockbit snips. So if you have registered yourself on Stockbit, you are going to receive daily updates on capital market, on the hottest companies of the day, which one making profit and which one's not. And it provides you a new way of reading news about capital market in an easy and seamless way, because you need only 5 to 7 minutes to read the review of the day, the wrap of the day. And we are doing this continuously, providing this to all of the Stockbit users. Thanks for listening for Stockbit part, and now I'm going to give a brief introduction about Bibit. Hopefully still okay, Pak Kim, yeah? Yeah, and when we talk about Stockbit previously, we were talking about stocks, trading and investing. But when we talk about Bibit, Bibit is based on the research of Daily Social. The first quarter of 2022, we are the most popular investment app brand in Indonesia. and it's been consistently there from time to time because we have a lot of initiative engaging younger generation, giving relevant promotion, giving relevant features so that people could invest in mutual funds easily, and with the mission that when someone has money and they don't know how to invest their money, we provide the ways and solutions, the safe one. Because when we talk about mutual fund, we're talking about putting the trust in the investment manager who are very experienced and they have a lot of good track records so that our money and our investment portfolio are safe in their hands. So Bibit is licensed and operate in Indonesia under the supervision of the Financial Services Authority or OJK. So you could have peace of mind when you invest with us. And we also have the Robo Advisor. So this method, this technology is one of its kind in the market. We are the first to introduce Robo Advisor, which is developed scientifically, proven scientifically based on the research of the Nobel laureate, and its research is based on modern portfolio theory, saying that when you try to invest your money, the technology try to synchronize your risk profile and with the options, with the type of mutual funds that suit your risk profile at its best. So when you register and being the Bibit user for the first time, so the company, the app, the website will ask you 6 questions, which basically describes the type of your personality, on how you see money, on how you will react when things happen to your investment portfolio. And based on the answers of those 6 questions, it will result in your risk profile, which will subsequently translate it to the recommendation. But be careful when we say Robo Advisor. Robo Advisor is 100% different to Robo Trading. So in Robo Advisor, the technology only gives you a recommendation. It's not operating on behalf of you. It's not representing you, and it's not automatically working to make decision to buy, to sell on behalf of you. It's not like that. So it's only an advice, it's only a suggestion, and it's all up to you as a user, as human, to follow it or not. So I think Robo Advisor, Robo Trading, sometimes people misinterpret and it's used interchangeably, but the meaning and the implication are totally different. So Robo Advisor is only for advice, and you 100% as human, as the user, you make decision, you make your investment decision. Yeah, and Robo Advisor also provides you with auto financial plan, risk profiling, rebalancing, meaning that whenever you buy or whenever you sell your mutual fund products on Bibit, the Robo Advisor technology will automatically adjust that so that every decision, every step that you take, whether you sell it, you add your portfolio, you buy more, you sell more, whatever you are doing to your investment portfolio, it will still be adjusted to the best interest to reach your financial goals. Because when you invest with Bibit, you create your financial goals in the first place. For example, that you are going to buy your dream house for a certain amount of price, and you are going to buy that, let's say, in the next 10 years. And the Robo Advisor technology will give you the best recommendation based on your risk profile on how to reach that goals. Meaning that the technology will suggest you to save up a certain amount of money monthly, and you have to do that consistently so that you could reach that financial goals to buy your dream house. So the question is, what will happen if during the journey you sell or something happened to your investment portfolio? For example, you need some fund for emergency interest, and you need to redeem some part of your investment. No problem, because with the auto rebalancing, the technology will try to keep the balance of your investment portfolio, so that whenever you are ready to top up again, to invest again consistently, it will still run based on your financial goal. So it's a very smart technology. And these are the 6 questions that are going to be asked to you when you start investing with Bibit. You can try it yourself at home or give recommendation to friends if you know they're going to have some financial goals. And the risk profile will affect the selection of mutual fund products, the recommendation given by the Robo to every user, because every user is unique. And after you answer those 6 questions, you are going to have the quote-unquote review whether you are conservative, moderate, or an aggressive investor. There's nothing wrong of being one of them, but it will just affect the selection of mutual funds. So for example, if you are aggressive, usually the robo-advisor will advise you, will suggest you to put more proportion on the stock mutual funds compared to the money market mutual fund. It depends on your risk profile. And right after you know your risk profile, you could choose again. This is just the advice to follow or to not follow the robo-advisor. And continuous improvement is one of our core values. And Bibit was established, found in 2019. And after around 3 years operating in the market, we keep innovating, asking questions how we could serve the market, the public, the users, the Indonesian society in 500 cities in Indonesia better. So we try to explore collaboration. And finally, in early 2022, this year, thank God, we were appointed by the Ministry of Finance, Republic of Indonesia, as the distribution partner or mitra distribusi to sell government bond or securities. So our users could have more diversified portfolios, not only buying or selling or investing in mutual funds, but now it's also in the government securities instrument. And we keep innovating, listening to the needs of the market, identifying the pain points, make sure that every investment instrument is compliant to the regulatory framework in the place that we are operating, which is in Indonesia, and try to bring the best features and solution to the market. And I think to have more appeal to the younger generation, especially millennials, because 90% of our users are millennials, and to Gen Z, we also collaborate with other players in the ecosystem, in the digital economy ecosystem. And we have the auto invest feature. So it's like the auto debit. And we collaborate with Jago, one of the largest, the most credible tech-based bank in Indonesia, and with GoPay, one of the largest and most credible e-wallet in Indonesia, so that by using those 2 financial services, you could do the nabung routine or auto invest on Bibit. And we also open for other collaboration. We know that each bank, fintech, e-wallet, they have their own strength and type of customers that we want to reach out, so that we also collaborate with Link Aja, Shopee Pay, and also conventional banks like those brands that you can see on the screen. Yep, and the good news for Indonesian societies, we also have so many Sharia products, Sharia mutual fund products. And that's how we stay relevant in Indonesia. Because we know that for some people, they have religious consideration, they have other reasons and different drives for investing in the capital market. So they choose carefully on what products to invest in, and we listen to the market, we listen to our users, and that's why we have a lot of collaboration with investment managers who provide Sharia product. And I think it's very effective. We think it's very effective, and the statistic has shown that Sharia product has made a large proportion of total investment through Bibit. And it can only happen if we keep innovating, if we are quote-unquote obsessed with our customers. It's not about us, it's all about our customers, and We keep listening to them, identifying the needs, knowing the pain points, and providing the relevant solutions. And these are the investment managers that we work with. So it's carefully selected based on a very strict indicators. We don't want our users, we don't want Indonesian societies to buy the wrong products. That's why we curate each product carefully, see that based on the portfolio, make sure that each of those logos that you see on the screen, they have the legit license from the authorities, from the regulators. And that's a must if they want to work together with Bibit, because we are dealing with the investment portfolio of millions of users in Indonesia who put their dreams and financial goals on us. A bit about the milestones, Pak Kim and audience. So when we talk about this afternoon topic in general on how to identify the business opportunities in the financial industry, in the wealth management aspect, it started around 9 years ago when our founders founded Stockbit.com in the first place, and it was not a platform to trade, to invest, but it's just a social forum, because they know at the time when people want to get the reliable news on capital market, it wasn't that easy. Not everyone had the access to economic news, both from domestic and international. It could be very costly at that time, and internet wasn't such a big thing like it is today. So that's why they start Stockbit.com as a social forum, and everyone has the equal share of voice. Everyone could be the member to share information, to influence others, to provide the logic, and to educate the market as well. So it started as a social forum. And after that, after 4 years in the market, Stockbit app and Stockbit Pro was launched. And because at the time they see that the trend of stock investing rise, and they want to provide more values, because they see that only knowing information updates about capital market wasn't enough. So because people also need the tools, they need the professional helps and the automated system to help them see and analyze stocks and company better. And that's why they developed Stockbit app and Stockbit Pro to help people invest in a better way. No matter where they invest their money, whether it's through Stockbit or not, because in 2017, Stockbit has no securitas. Okay, and in 2019, they see that Stockbit is more for professional. Stockbit is more for, you know, the market, the investors who know the complexity of capital market, and it's not 100% for beginners. So when we talk to 18-year-old student, not all of them know about stocks or capital market. What they know is they want something easy, seamless, effortless, safe, and profitable. That's why our founders founded Bibit in 2019 with the aim that this app would become the solution for the real first-time investors who know basically nothing about investing and capital market, who know nothing about instruments in the capital market, and they have their pocket money, they have their savings, sometimes they work part-time or work somewhere and they make their own money, and they want to keep the portfolio growing, and that's why Bibit was in the market at that time. And the pandemic, to be honest, it served as the catalyst for Bibit, especially to increase its market reach, because the millennial, the Gen Z, who are typically have their saving money, which will be spent on holiday, vacation, buying some luxury goods, or going somewhere just to spend time with their families and friends. They didn't get a chance to do that at the time. So they spend time at home, work from home, study from home, doing the project from home, and they have more time to learn about investment. And learning about investment through social media, through the internet, and that's where Bibit saw the opportunity, because the trend, which is encouraged, initiated by the unpredictable, unprecedented pandemic of COVID-19, they try to communicate more intensely to the public, providing more relevant, easy to understand contents to Indonesian younger generation. That's why from 2019 to 2021, in just 2 years, the number of Bibit users, it has increased 14 times. It's because most of younger generation stay at home, and we provide the easy solution to invest in the capital market. And when we see the result of the Financial Services Authority national survey, in 2019 is mentioned that the rate of financial inclusion in Indonesia has reached around 76%, meaning that 76% of population have been included in one or more than one financial services, as simple as you have opened your bank account or using the banking services on your daily basis. But the rate of financial literacy nationally in Indonesia, it was only around 38%, meaning that only 38% of those who are included in financial services, they really know and understand the pros, the cons, the profits, the downside, or the potential risks of using financial services. And we also found out through our research and observation that most of younger generation in Indonesia, they invest in the capital market not because they understand that, but it's because the drive we call FOMO, fear of missing out. They don't understand things, but they try to keep up to date to the trend. But at the end of the day, they lose their money, and they blame the platform, and they blame themselves or their friends. But the real problem of that is because they lack the knowledge, lack the financial literacy. That's why in 2021, we consolidate our effort and we try to make it more focused. That's why we established Stockbit and Bibit Academy. And in 2022, Stockbit Securitas was acquired. So started from just a social forum in 2013, 9 years after we acquired Stockbit Securitas. And now Stockbit is one of the most complete, we could say that quote unquote ecosystem for stock investing, because you could join the largest social community for stock traders and investors in Indonesia. You get the daily updates through Stockbit Sneaks. You could learn a lot about stocks and capital market through Stockbit Academy. And if you are not so sure about starting investing in the capital market, you could use the virtual trading. And if you are sure enough, you could use the Stockbit Securitas to do the trading and investing. And you could also access the Stockbit Academy to sharpen your knowledge on this. Yeah, this is just some of the awards that we got, not only from the service side, but also from the employer side. We recently won the Glins Awards as Best Employers Awards, Thriving Workforce in April 2022. So for BINUS students or university students everywhere, we welcome you if you want to do internship or start building your career on at Bibit and Stockbit. Yeah, I think those three aspects, we could discuss that further, Pak Kim, during our discussion. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening to my presentation.
Thank you, Mr. William. It was a very brief and insightful presentation. I think the students will like it very much. I think we can start a question and answer session. Before I do that, let me just open chat box. So those who have questions to Mr. William or to the company, please write your questions in the chat box. I see several questions already. Wait, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure. The first question from Dimas. Dimas, are you there? Can you turn on your video so we can see you? Where are you? Can they unmute themselves? Oh, Dimas is there? Dimas, where are you? Dimas is from which class? Oh, that's
It's
not
not
him.
Dimas.
Oh, okay. Let's look for Dimas again. Where are you? In the Zoom? It's okay. It's okay. Where are you? Can we project our screen here? So so everyone can see Dimas also.
Hi, Dimas. Don't be shy.
Okay, so for shy Dimas, I can read the question for you. Don't worry. So how Bibit accommodate the people who still not into the technology because of the most of people in Indonesia, especially a person who live outside of the city, the rural area maybe. Oh, so how does those who do not really understand or do not really have an access to the financial technology, they can get to know more about the investment from your company?
Well, I think it's a very good question. Thank you, Dimas. And Bibit, we enable easy investment technology method and access to the capital market through technology. That's the spirit. Because when we talk about people in a remote area or in villages in Indonesia, sometimes they have no access to technology, even to the internet. I think it's a bit difficult to us to do that because they still operate in the traditional mode of investing, in which in the one of the most important part of the investment is KYC, know your customer, still using paper, or the relationship manager should come to your place to integrate you, to onboard you to the platform or to the investment product. It's not efficient, but we know, we see, and we observe that with the development of internet and the expansion of access even to the most remote area of Indonesia, slowly but surely we could integrate them, giving them the right technology and knowledge, because we also believe, and we've seen that ourselves, that people wherever they are in Indonesia, they have access to the social media, and that's where we present. That's why we communicate with them.
Yeah, I think I remember you just talked about us about your new academy, right? So that is the purpose, to educate, to provide more opportunity for people who actually needs to study and to learn how is it feels like to invest their money or invest their asset into the financial technology, because most of the people are actually afraid or scared of losing money because of using a technology that they do not really understand. Yeah, so I think the academy is the good program that they started recently, or maybe 2 years old.
Yeah.
So I think they will help people to understand more. Okay, let's check another question. This one is more about, what is it? Marketing, I guess. Why does Bibit focus its users or the marketings to millennials or Gen Z? Why not to the older generation, those who are plus 35 years? So you consider 35 plus is old person?
So are you old, Kim?
So yeah, I think that is also a valid question. Why don't you extend your target market to those who actually have the money to invest?
Yeah. Because in the wealth management ecosystem, we are not alone. We also compete with our big brothers and sisters, banks, because they also provide the good services. They know how to identify, approach, engage their customers and users, and they know where the money is. I think if we try to enter the market and compete with them, it wouldn't add or give more values to the society. So based on the research, we know that youngsters in Indonesia, 18 to 30 years old, most of them, they have their own money, pocket money, money from projects, they work, they invest in other ways. And not all of them know how to grow their investment portfolio. They have their financial goals and they keep saying, oh, now, especially in the big cities in Indonesia, it's very difficult to buy a dream house. We can afford a car, but not a house. And we can go on vacation, but consequently, we couldn't get another financial goals. And these problems are quite typical. And that's why we provide the technology to help younger generation, especially those who are younger than 35 years old, to invest based on their risk profile so that they could invest conveniently, seamlessly, safely, but still being able to reach their financial goals. And some of them, and most of them, they have multiple goals. And our technology know how to plan that ahead and to make their life easier.
Okay, so listening to the answer to this question leads to my next question. How do you market yourself to be more attractive to the millennials or Gen Z? Because I know these industries are very competitive, right? So you have to be like outstanding in terms of when you do marketing campaigns or when you try to have talk shows or to provide more information. How do we actually need to get attention from Gen Z and millennials?
Yeah, I think the answer to the question is very simple, Pak Kim. I just know you today, and I feel that I'm very comfortable talking to you because you're smart. You know,
35.
you know how to talk to me. You know how to talk to your students, and that's why I believe that you are one of the favorite lecturers here in BINUS. And to be one of the users' favorite, we need to communicate with them the way they used to, the way they like it, and on the platform that most of them are in. So that's why we communicate through the official channels of the company, through TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, through our website, live chat, to answer those queries about Bibit. So we are there for them. We create the fun content, fun but useful, fun but full of knowledge. And we also engage them, ask them to be part of us. We provide them some quizzes, activities, give them prizes. And the prize is, I think it's quite educative. We give them the mutual fund vouchers so that they could start invest.
Also, vouchers are actually the monetary value vouchers.
Yes, the vouchers, the mutual fund vouchers. And we also collaborate with relevant players in the market. We believe that we are not alone in this digital economy ecosystem, and it's not only about Bibit, but if we collaborate with Jago, with GoPay, Link Aja, ShopeePay, BCA, Mandiri, CIMB, and other big players in the market, so that we are very integrated. There's no reason for our users not to choose us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank God we have one of best marketing professors in BINUS. So since we're talking about the marketing and other promotional campaigns and events, do you have any questions or thoughts on the marketings? Do you need a microphone?
Thank you. Well, I think what the Bibit actually does right now to attract the young people, I think that is very smart, because you know that they are very technology savvy and you are trying actually to communicate to what they are actually playing. But one thing that might probably that the 35 plus is something that I think you might probably have to think about it, because the way that the communications might probably be going to be different. Yeah. And then maybe the community as well, you can also approach. That's something that in my thought.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Bu Lily. Yeah. Yes, please. Yes, once again, thank you so much, Bu Lily, for the comments and your thoughts on this. We strongly believe that this advice is very useful, and we've been trying our best to accommodate your advice, and also the same thought, so that Bibit could be more inclusive for basically everyone, not only for first-time investors. That's why we are now developing a new feature, still a secret, on how to engage wider market. on how to not only engage those 18 to 30 years old, but also their parents, their brothers, sisters, and their family members. So we try to learn from the competition on what banks have done best. We try to see the wisdom behind that and integrate that to our way of working. And we are about to launch a new feature to be more appealing to 35 years old plus.
Yes. Okay, thank you so much, Burili. Let's get one more question from online, then maybe I can ask some students in the classroom here. What are some Bibit's CSR program, corporate social responsibility program, and which of the dimensions of the ESG do those programs mostly cover? I think this is the student from my class, business sustainability. Yeah.
Thank you for the difficult question. I think, yeah, a good question. And about CSR program, we started from small. So during the big celebration, Lebaran, Natal, we have the corporate social program, and we gather donations from all of Bibit and Stockbit employees. We put them all together and we donate that to the cause that we believe in, that represent all religions in Indonesia. So we went to Panti Asuhan, we went to Panti Weda, we went to Social Foundation, which is focused on kids with disability. So we donate, and then we also have the continuous program from the educational side. So like myself, I'm also a lecturer at University of Indonesia, and the same things are done by my colleagues. They give back to society. So even though we are investment app, the startup company, we also lift up the spirit of universities, which is a three dharma. So we do research, we do teaching, and we also do the social services, community services, and also for the CSR, the bigger one is usually about the education. So we are not trying to donate only, but donate and educate people to empower them. And some of the costs that we support is on the climate change. We've been working together with one foundation in Jakarta to monitor the carbon level. So we donate, and we also, in relation to the ESG principle, because we are operating work from anywhere, we encourage our employees not to come to office if it's not necessary to reduce the carbon, and also not doing business trips so often. We are operating paperless, and because we are not printing anymore. And for the KYC process, thanks to the regulator in Indonesia, we don't have to do that manually. So I think in terms of the ESG, the environment side is quite well taken care of.
Yes, I think what was her name?
Yeah,
Maria was asking a bit a tough question, because the CSR and the ESG questions are actually very difficult to answer from the company perspective. So I understand our financial technology sectors are actually doing a less harm compared to the traditional industry. But then we also strongly believe that these financial technology companies should focus more on the social issues, which you are already doing, like education, and provide more, those training materials.
Still imperfect though, but
yes,
try to improve.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you, sir. May I ask another question quickly?
Okay. You need one. I think, I think you should continue, and then we can move to other students. Yes.
Okay. So I was wondering if those programs actually are more focused on the environmental segment of the ESG dimensions. How do you then measure them? Do you follow a set of standards like the GRI standards, something like that, sir?
Again, those are getting a bit difficult. Again.
Yeah, it's very difficult, but thanks for the question. The answer for that is we haven't measured that. And in 2022, I guess just got the strategic direction from our management to provide and to publish our first ESG report. Actually, as a startup company, we have a lot of investors, and one of our investors, they have published their ESG report in early 2022, and they put Stockbit and Bibit in the report, and they said that based on our explanation data we provided, we are on the right track. But you're correct, in terms of the quantitative measurement, we still have challenge in that, and it's our homework to do.
Thank you. You see, he knows what is ESG and what is the quantitative measure, what is GRI and everything. So yeah, I think the ESGs are getting more important. Thank you, Maria.
Thanks, Maria.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone in the room might have a question to the speaker today? Yes, please.
Yes. Hello, my name is Priska. I'm from International Business Major. First of all, thank you, Pak William, for making the time for us to share your valuable insight. I would like to ask, so we know that out there, there's finance and fintech students, they're studying portfolio management, risk management, and stock market. So I would like to know the prospect of Bibit, of this application. Would there be more of traders or investors who will be relying on application instead of this knowledge that they have to learn through college? Or yeah, I would like to know the prospect about that. Thank you.
Sure. Thank you so much for the question. So you would like to know the prospect of, is it about the jobs or the users? Okay. So when we talk about users, it's quite broad, but our main focus now is in alignment with the government effort to increase the financial literacy in Indonesia. I think we have to collaborate a lot with education institutions, with university students, and it affects the way we choose our key opinion leaders, because we're not only engaging celebrities, we actually engage university students, young influencers, and also those with knowledge and those who have YouTube channel. But we know that maybe they're not coming from the finance background. We try to engage with them and to educate them so that their voice could be more powerful and responsible. And I think the initiative should start from here and there. And it's not only about the one way that we could do, but I agree with you that you have this concern. Is very good. And yeah, that's what we try to achieve through our initiative.
Okay, anyone else in the room? Oh, yes, please.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Camille. I'm an exchange student, and I wanted to know if you would like to export your business abroad, like in a country in Europe or France, for example.
Yeah. Thank you for the question. I think the complexity of the financial industry, especially in Indonesia, is not easily exported because you have to comply with the local regulatory framework, the regulation, the rules, and it's strictly highly regulated. Maybe not as strict as the bank, but in our sector, we need to consult with the regulators, with the Financial Services Authority. It's not really easy, even when we talk about now that the trend about crypto, about the US stocks in Indonesia, as long as it has no clear regulation, as long as it's not clearly validated by the company, by the regulators, it's not easy for us, and we are not keen to explore the opportunities because we know that this is a sector that has high responsibility, and we deal with everyone's financial goals, money, so that it's not that dynamic. I mean, the situation in the company is very dynamic, but in terms of the regulation, the products, the export, import of services, on how to expand in other countries, maybe it's in the pipeline, but it has to comply with the regulations first.
Yeah, I think on top of that, I can give you some example, like for US companies like Robinhood. So everyone knows what is a Robinhood. It's also a training platform like Bibit, because of the heavily regulated banking and the financial sector. So it might be a bit difficult and complex for new startups like Bibit to expand to the overseas, I think. Yeah. Thank you for the questions. since we are talking about the international expansion and other strategy, there is one question from online students. Can foreign nationals, expats, what is it about? So the foreign nationals who are residing in Indonesia.
Oh, I think the question is about whether or not the international foreign nationals people in Indonesia could invest on
your
Bibit or Stockbit, right?
your platform.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's me, sir.
Basically, we operate based on the 100% rules and regulation regulated by the OJK. So we need to comply with all of that, and we could check on the POJK whether or not it's possible for foreign nationals. But 99.99% that we talk to our publics, our users, the Indonesian, they should be minimum 70 years old, providing their ID card to invest on our platform. But for the foreign nationals, I think we need special discussion on this, because if I say it's possible, but it needs a lot of terms and conditions, it could be wrong. But you could consult with our 24/7 live chat on Bibit and Stockbit to confirm about this.
Yeah. In my understanding, MBTI, the account, is possible for the expat if you have a KITAS, but if you have to renew the KITAS, you need to make a new account every year. But that is for the Securitas account, so I'm not sure about the platform.
So it's not that easy, but it's possible.
Yes,
right?
it's a bit redundant. I see. Okay. Okay. Some question from the Robo advisor. Do you think it will replace our conventional way of analyzing and investing in stock markets?
Of course, no. So Robo-Advisor is used by more than 55% of Bibit users, and they use that because they have a very minimum level of knowledge on capital market, especially about mutual funds. They want to follow the trend. They want to be included in the investment app because it's cool these days. But we don't want them to just be cool. But at least if they don't understand, they could use the Robo-Advisor. We help them giving advice on how to invest better, how to diversify their portfolio, because the basic mutual fund products on Bibit is about money market, obligation, and stocks. And we only give the different proportion based on the risk profile. And it's totally not aiming to replace the conventional way of analyzing, because the human part is still important. This is just the tools that you could choose to use or not.
Okay. So continue from that question, the Robo advisor. So do you mind if I ask the accuracy of the Robo advisor so far? If you look into the history, like for example, you recommend one or two product to the users, and how is it likely to be like successful in terms of actual investment?
The indicator of success will be measured by our risk profile to the portfolios proportion of the mutual funds that they choose based on our suggestion or advice. And the success is also measured by when they sell or buy new portfolios based on their own taste or selection. The Robo-Advisor could still rebalance their portfolio to reach their financial goals. And for information, this technology is developed based on the research of Nobel laureate and is scientifically proven based on the modern portfolio theory. And we are the first in the market to use that. And a lot of competitors are doing the same thing because they see us doing that. And I think when we predict, I couldn't say the accuracy, because if I say 99%, everyone, I will get instant 1 million new users and they will demand that, right? But we use the very strict indicator and indicators that could be validated, and it will still come back to the risk profile of the users, Pak Kim.
Thank you. Let's move to the next question. I think the Maverick was asking if you have a feature such as a simulation program for those beginners who do not really have an experience, so they can actually practice themselves in a virtual area. I think you explained that just now, right?
The Stockbit virtual trading.
Okay. So they have a simulation program, Maverick. What was it called again?
It's Stockbit virtual trading.
Oh, virtual trading.
Yeah, but at the same time, I could also recommend you the product given by the Indonesia Stock Exchange. It's the IDX virtual trading. They also do the same thing. Let's support IDX. Let's support our regulator, and you could also use that as a platform to learn about capital market or investing from scratch. But if you use Stockbit virtual trading, it's on one app. And right after you feel so sure about making your first investment decision, you could open the account through Stockbit Securitas, and you could use Bank BCA and Jago to open your recurring dana nasabah. So yeah, it makes you easier.
Yeah, I think this student is very smart. So to minimize the risk and the losses, so maybe it's better to have a simulation and practice and train yourself before you actually get into the actual investment.
Yeah, but
program.
we see that the situation has proven from time to time when you use the virtual trading,
Right.
it's 100% profit, right? Because you have nothing to lose.
Right. Irrational investors behavior.
Yeah.
Behavior theory. All right. Maverick, is that enough to answer your question? Do you have any other questions, Maverick? No. Okay. So moving on. Where? I don't see any raising.
Consulta, maybe you raise hand, right? Consulta, so we can give the time for you to ask that.
Oh yes, please unmute yourself and then you may ask question directly to the speaker here.
Hi, a very good afternoon. My name is Ian. I'm from actually Singapore, one of the online students in BINUS Online School, taking up business management.
Can you speak a little bit louder, please?
Can you hear me now?
Right.
Can you hear me well?
Yes, it's better.
Okay, better.
All right.
Better
Okay.
now.
Hi, my name is Ian. I'm actually a Singaporean national who lives in Indonesia for 10 years now. I have my own company here, and also I'm an online student in BINUS Online School, picking up business management. I just recently checked Bibit in the Play Store, and I tried to get into it, and then I seen that there's only KTP needed in the as part of the regulations. But really, is there any way that foreign nationals like me had an SKTT with which is the same amount of number for NIC or your national identity card here in Indonesia? Does that allow to join Bibit and do more investments and go further more in this Bibit application?
Yeah, Gian, thank you so much for the appreciation, Gian. I'm so happy to listen to the positive feedback from you as the potential Bibit users. Again, we should take this from Bibit side as consideration and not making this as a gray area anymore. I think we should consult with the regulators and to make it possible for everyone if they want to invest through Bibit. But again, you see the regulation, the compliance to the law is number one for us. So we can't just say yes to that, but I think we have a huge potential coming from the people from different nationalities who want to invest on Bibit.
Okay, thank you, sir. I should refer to your 24-hour customer service and let's really go through.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And please give a 5-star to us, right?
Okay. Any other questions that online students? Any other questions? Anything about the company or anything about the investment or financial technology or trading platforms? The last one. Okay, hold on.
There's a question in the chat room from Daryl. Why is Bibit not working together anymore with Sinarmas?
Yeah, it's okay. I could answer that. Yeah, thanks for the question. It's not Bibit no longer working with Sinarmas. It's a Stockbit, because previously Stockbit worked together with Sinarmas Securitas. At that time, Stockbit had no own Securitas company. Yeah, and during the process, we met in an agreement that we should continue serving Indonesian societies on our own way, because we also have the Stockbit Securitas. So it's not possible to use two Securitas on one platform. It's not that we don't want it, but we did the very close consultation with the regulators, especially Bursa Efek Indonesia and OJK on this matter, and that's the decision we made based on the suggestion and the guidance from the regulators.
Okay, I think we have one more question. I think it's more about investment strategy. So, do you have any advice after we cut losses and choose our next investment proposition? Like, how do you rebalance your portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a financial expert, and I have no capacity to give you advice on how to invest or build a better portfolio. But one thing that I know, that when you invest based on your risk profile and you know your financial goals, and you put that as the long-term goals, that something that you want to reach in the future, use the most conventional method in investing, which is called dollar cost averaging, that you buy the same amount of mutual funds or other investment products consistently, regularly, like monthly, and you don't care about whether they go up or go down. Just do that, because this is a proven strategy, even used by Warren Buffett. And you should have more than one portfolios, not only for your long-term goals, but also for your short-term and medium-term. And when you invest, it's not that you invest to keep up to the trend or to get the short-term profit, but you should always invest based on your financial situation, like your ability, your financial goals, and last but not least, your risk profile. Because sometimes people don't know their risk profile, so they only focus on the profit without thinking a bit about the potential loss or risk.
Yeah, thank you. I think we have other question. Can we take this one as a last one, because we are still waiting for Burili to take a picture with us. So thank you, Azrael, from the communication program at BINUS. The question was, any specific reason for you to choose Daddy as a brand ambassador?
Well,
yeah. I don't know who that is, so can you explain?
Yeah, Azrael, to be honest, when I joined Bibit last year in June 2021, Daddy has been our brand ambassador. So I wasn't involved in the selection of him as a brand ambassador. But I think the way we choose influencers and brand ambassador, like I told Priska before, we are not only focusing on the public figures with millions of followers, because it could be misleading sometimes. But we focus also on the micro influencer, from macro influencer, all types of influencers in their own society, in their own scale. Because what we promote here is not only the promotion side of the company, but we want people to know how to invest in the right way through the help of our app and the features, and to make investment fun, safe, and for everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Last quick question. Very last one.
Okay, thank you very much. My question is, because you are targeting the youngs, right? And then for the starter, can you give that advice? Maybe how many percent from their pocket money they can actually invest?
Yeah. Thank you, Billy, for the question. I think before I joined Bibit, I live with the principle of YOLO. You only live once, so you don't have to save your money. Just enjoy, seize the moment, carpe diem, right? And I think the number 20, 30, 40% is all depends on your ability. But if you want to start small, I think 30% is quite a fair number, because you still have other goals to reach. You still have to allocate your money for a daily expense. But 30%, it's not about the 30%, but the method, the dollar cost averaging, how you could invest consistently. I think millennials, Gen Z, are a bit impatient. I think based on the research, a bit impatient about building their investment portfolio. They want the immediate result. They want the immediate gratification. But we could break that research, Like when we put 20-30% of our money and put it consistently using the right method, the proven method, it could be something very effective.
Thank you. Let's invite Bu Lily to give a token of appreciation to the speaker today, to Mr. William. Okay.
Thank you very much for sharing with us this little bit appreciation from BTS. Hopefully this is not going to be the last that you are going to share with us. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Picture
Yes,
together.
yes, yes.
Dari saya ya, untuk permintaan travel yang closing ini memang saya memang ada.
Would like to invite those online students so we can actually, I don't know how they're going to edit the picture, but you can be in our frame later on. So if you don't mind, please turn on the camera so we can take a picture all together. Those also in the Zoom. Please. Thank you. Yes. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. Thank you. From where? Itu dari yang kamera. Apa? Udah ya? Oke. Thank you. Okay, the participants in the online now, please go to the link before you leave the room for the exit survey and to check your attendance for today. Once again, thank you, Mr. William, for your time. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.